Hello, and welcome to another episode of Ask an Assistant, the podcast for executive assistants and the people that love us. I'm your host, Jess Lindgren. Let's hope I can get through this week's episode without sneezing. I've got a cold. My mom is here from Minnesota and she's got a cold. One of my cats has a cold. This is not the final episode of 2024 that I had planned or envisioned, but it is the final episode of 2024 that I can reasonably produce. All that said, here we are, end of the year, December 31st. We made it. Here is a tiny 2024 recap. Just thinking over the course of the year, we tackled a lot of big quarterly projects. We talked about gifting and celebrating in the corporate world. And hopefully, many of you listening were able to fully unplug over the holidays, even if that includes not listening to this show until next year. Totally respect it, and hope that that's where you're at right now, is just fully unplugged and enjoying the last days and hours of 2024. The top 3 episodes of Ask an Assistant linked in the show notes in no particular order were Ask an Assistant 39, Task Management Solutions. I loved recording this episode. It was really fun to take a look at my actual process, much of a mismatch and not super regimented as it may be, but it works for me, and it really resonated with a lot of you. I got a lot of really great feedback and ideas from other folks about what they do, but mostly just a lot of relief. Hey, it's okay to not fully conform yourself to just working within one system or one process. It's totally okay to have just kind of a mix of everything, as long as it works for you and things get done. Ask an Assistant 42 was in the top 3 weird requests. Got a lot of really great feedback on that one on LinkedIn. I was very surprised to get some really cool things that folks have been asked to do over the years without violating any confidentiality, of course. But yeah, as an executive assistant, you definitely are asked to tackle some, let's say, unique requests in the line of any given day, week, month, or year. And then the final episode, I was not surprised by this at all. Rounding out the top 3, Ask an Assistant 26, one-on-one frequency and format. The number of people that I've seen over the course of my career as an executive assistant and administrative professional wondering if it's important to have a regular one-on-one with their executive. Yes, that's spoiler alert. You don't want to listen to the episode. You want to listen to this one. Have a one-on-one with your executive and make it important. Make it a priority. It's very important to touch base. Rounding things up, I don't know how long I've got with my voice. Thank you so much to everybody who listened to the show. Anybody who sent me a note on LinkedIn or Instagram. Those are kind of the only 2 social media things I'm doing these days. Thank you so much to everybody who subscribed to the newsletter. I definitely owe all of you a newsletter, and that will be coming in 2025. It's just not going to happen before the end of this year. It's been a while, but it is something I'd like to do, let's say once a month, or at least roughly quarterly. At the very least, we'll see where 2025 takes us. But most importantly, thank you so much to everyone who sent your questions in to me at askanassistant.com. I don't have a show without you, my wonderful, invaluable, hardworking, esteemed colleagues. And to every assistant out there, executive assistant, secretary, administrative assistant, office manager, whatever your role is that you're listening to this show, I just really want to say to every administrative professional out there, I see you. I do. And I realize that kind of came out a little creepy, but I see you. I appreciate all of the work that you do, largely behind the scenes, making things happen, all the big things, all the small things, everything in between. I'm talking hot meals, seamless travel logistics, 110 words per minute type documents, flawlessly planned and executed events, bills paid on time, invoices followed up on and settled up, contracts reviewed and signed, special moments for your executive, for your colleagues, for your executives' families and friends, colleagues, coworkers, everybody's lives that you touch. So many special moments crafted and enjoyed by everyone. And deadlines met. That's really what it all boils down to, is every deadline that you had over the course of a day, a week, a month, a year, your career with a certain company, your career as a whole. Like, I know how hard that you all work to make it all happen. I know how much it seems like magic to the outside, untrained eye. And I appreciate you so much. I hope that you all have a great support system outside of work that help make it all happen for you. I really hope that I can be a small part of that support system, standing in your corner, reminding you just how awesome you are every step of the way. I see you. I appreciate you. The work that you do matters. It's so important. And yeah, you're amazing. So there are a lot of fun things happening in the Ask an Assistant universe in 2025. So please stay tuned, whether that's here through the podcast, whether that's on the newsletter, however you might like to get in touch. And winding things down until next year, take care.